A guten Erev Shabbos, my dear friends. This Shabbos, we read the portions of Chukas-Balak. And we also celebrate a very special day, the 12th day of Tammuz. It is the birthday of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe and the day that he was released from prison in communist Russia. I want to connect all three together, just to tell a little bit about what happened those days, 1927. It was the dark days of communist Russia. Judaism was persecuted, Jews were persecuted, yeshivas were closed. There was a fight, a war against Jewish life, and especially against raising children Jewish. The vast majority of the Jewish people just gave up. Either they escaped Russia or they sent the children to the communist schools. There was one Jew that stood up and fought and defeated the communist government. That was the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. The Frierdiker Rebbe was defiant single-handedly. He stood up and he fought the government, and he established yeshivas underground, mikvahs, sending shluchim, emissaries all over Russia, knowing that they are risking their lives, and indeed many of them died. Everybody was scared. Anybody was caught, they would be shot. No questions asked. The Frierdiker Rebbe was arrested in 1927, the month of Sivan, and he was sentenced to be shot. And by miracles, he was first released and sentenced to exile, to Kostroma, and indeed he went there. And a few days later, he was told on the 12th day of Tammuz, on his birthday, that he's free to go. That was an unbelievable miracle. And the Frierdiker Rebbe said that this day of liberation is not just for him, it's for every single Jew. And indeed, the Frierdiker Rebbe left Russia and he continued to fight and to bring Yiddishkeit. He was first in Poland for 10 years, and then when he came here to America in 1940, he revolutionized, brought the Yiddishkeit here in America. And what we are looking around and seeing the Chabad houses, the thousands of shluchim, is only because of this day. And the Rebbe told us that what the Frierdiker Rebbe is giving us is he gave us the ability to go against all odds, to keep Yiddishkeit, even in situation that the mission looks literally impossible. People would say, why try if there is no chance? How could you fight the Russian government? But he fought, and he kept Yiddishkeit alive even after he left. Judaism was kept there underground until finally, today, Baruch Hashem, all over Russia, there are Chabad houses and the synagogues and the schools. We see who won. But the Frierdiker Rebbe is telling us, the Frierdiker Rebbe gave us, he revealed in us this power of Mesirus Nefesh, giving up our lives. Doesn't mean literally you have to die, but you have to give everything what you have to do the right thing, to keep Yiddishkeit. Some of the Hasidim that were left behind in Russia, they couldn't leave. And there were some Hasidim who left in the 1940s, 1960s. So there was one Hasid that came to the Rebbe, and his brothers were left behind. And they came during a Farbrengen. He said L'chaim to the Rebbe, and he asked a bracha for his brother to be able to leave Russia. And the Rebbe said to him, the job to get your brother out, leave it to me. Your job is to sit and study Harven in Chassidus, work in Chassidus. And the Rebbe said that it's easier for me to work to make sure that your brother goes out than to convince you that you should give up your own desires and sit and study Torah. And that's what we need to do today, to devote ourselves, and as the Rebbe said, especially for youth. Just like the previous Rebbe there, he gave up everything to make sure that his children study Torah. Adults study Torah, the Russians didn't have a problem. The children to study Torah. That's what we have to fight today. To fight no matter how difficult the task is. There's no money. There's yeshivas don't accept my child. You make sure that your child goes to a Jewish yeshiva, a Jewish camp, to receive the Yiddishkeit, because these children, these are our future. And with fighting this, with Mesiras Nefesh, giving up everything to do the right thing, we will be able to see the coming of Mashiach, that the final victory. Now, what is this connected with the chuk? There's two portions. The portion of chukas means, chuk means the law that is beyond reason. There's some laws that have reason. There's laws that are beyond reason. You do the law beyond the reason. Zois chukas ha-Torah, this is the way to do the Torah, beyond reason. Mesiras Nefesh. And it's connected with a portion of Balak as well. The Balak, in the story of Balak, has the one that tried to curse the Jewish people, to defeat the Jewish people, and instead what happened? The curses turned into blessings. Even the enemy themselves ended up blessings, just like it happened with the Frierdiker Rebbe. Those people that tried to finish it, which among them were also Jews, they themselves had to make sure the Frierdiker Rebbe is sent out and led out of Russia, and they themselves helped to be able to continue and to have the victory and to defeat this communist Russia. May Hashem help that we should defeat our own enemy, spiritual enemy, and we'll have the coming of Mashiach very soon. Amen. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Join us for Bringen. We'll have tomorrow to celebrate this special day. Have a good Shabbos.